In this tutorial, we want to draw this coffee shop logo in Inkscape. I'm using Inkscape 1.0. So we start by going for our circle and ellipse tool, and then we draw an ellipse. Something like this is reasonable. Now the color I'm using for the fill, just select it, go to select, and for the fill choose this color here. Okay, and then for the stroke go to shift and then choose this color, because that's what I use to draw it. Now we do a duplicate of this. You can do a duplicate by just right clicking and doing a duplicate, and if you are not using a mouse, you can just go to edit and press duplicate. Now we go to shift control and reduce this a bit, something like this. It's okay, just for us to get a boundary more or less. You can select everything and then maybe move it up a bit so it's more like this, and then we place it somewhere here, waiting to put our cup in, and then we can adjust it. Now the next thing we need to do is to go for our rectangle and square tool, and then we draw a rectangle more or less. Something like this is okay. Now you see my sides here are curved, maybe yours is not. So let me go here, because it recognizes what you left with. So imagine yours is like this. If it's like this, just go for your edit path by nodes tool, and then come here and then take this and then try to move it, smoothen it a bit until you have more or less, you can imagine you are having a cup more or less, something like this. Yeah, I think this is good. And then we take the rectangle and square tool again, and then we draw something like this. Anything at all, we are going to use it to cut parts of the rectangle. So let's see here, somewhere here more or less is good. We can cut it, put it there. It's not necessarily this size, anything at all like this. And then with this selector, select this as well, go to shift and select this, and then go to path and then go to difference. So we have this. Now we are going to draw an ellipse. Go to your ellipse and circle tool, and then draw an ellipse more or less, something like this. Come and try to fix it here. Now the top, this one, we don't need a stroke, so just go to with it selected, go to stroke paint, and then remove the stroke, and then try to place it somewhere here like this. I forgot, we don't actually need a stroke for our cup, so remove the stroke as well, and then we change the color already, so let's remove the stroke for our cup as well. So remove the stroke, and then the next we want, maybe we change the, we give it the color we want, we are working with already. So go here and give it this color. This, the color is the same as the plate, so we leave it as it is, and then place this in such a way that it covers the top of this. You can adjust it by going to shift control and adjusting it up and down until you think it fits nicely onto it on the top a bit. Okay, now the next thing we will do is to do a duplicate of this. So just go right click, or go to, you can also go to edit and then do a duplicate. Now the duplicate, let's give it this color here. I think it was this, yes, this color here. Okay, give it this color here and go to Shift Control and then make it a bit smaller for it to lie in like this a bit. I also, with this, I pushed it to the front a bit, so try to maybe push it here a bit to the front, a bit like this. Something like this. You can make it a bit bigger so that there's not, if you go to Shift Control, so that the space is something like this, more or less. You understand? Something like this is good. Now we would already, let's put our shine already there, and then we'll do the handle of our cup. So we do another ellipse, go here and then do an ellipse, something like this. This we should give it this color here, or this maybe, yes, this, and then we would give it with this selected, go to fill first of all, and then we are going to give it we want to give it a radial gradient. So go to radial gradient. Now select what you have and place it somewhere here. You can extend it or move it up and down a bit. Okay, now we want to do the shine here, so we also will use the circle to do a smaller one, and then now just choose this color here, have it selected, and then choose this color here, and then we also give it a radial gradient, and then we move it somewhere here, more or less. Okay, now we want to do the handle of our cup, so we will also go for our circle and ellipse tool again, and then we draw something like this. The color we are using now is this. Now draw another one. We select it and do a duplicate. So you can right click your mouse and just do a duplicate. Go to Shift, let's color the duplicate any color at all, it's not important. Then we move this a bit in like this, and then we select both and go to path, and then go to difference. So now we bring this here and try to, first of all, you see this is on top, so what we need to do is push this behind. So we go to select it, okay, and then we go to lower it to bottom, more or less, and then we push this here until we think it's okay. Looks, the cap, the handle we have is good. Now after fixing the handle and everything, the next thing we need to do is to bring the saucer or the plate and adjust it. Now select everything and bring it here. Now as it is here, go to lower to bottom, lower selection to bottom, so that it's really, it goes to the bottom. See? And then if it's a bit big, don't know, let's see this one, I think the size is okay. If yours, oops, sorry, I moved it a bit. If yours is not is big, is too big, just select both, like select the two ellipses that make up the plate, and then adjust it a bit. You can adjust it a bit by going to Shift Control and adjusting it a bit, so maybe it's not too big. You can also move it up a bit if you think it's not looking natural. So now we have placed our cup and everything. The next thing we will do is to do our bean, our coffee bean. So we would go for your ellipse tool again, ellipse and circle tool, and draw something like this, more or less like that. And then we give it, I think I gave it the same color as the coffee. That was this color here. Now after drawing our bean or this ellipse, we want to draw this part here, so we just go for our Bezier tool and then go to the create B spline path. We are going to use that, and the shape choose triangle in. So go here and choose triangle in, and then try to draw something like an S or something by double clicking. You click and then you move and then you click, something like this. Something like this is okay. You can adjust it here, and then we pick it and then we come and put it here, more or less. It's not necessary, it's like what we had initially. We can also adjust it a bit with our edit path by nose tool if we want it a bit to go in a bit. You can just adjust it a bit. By moving it a bit. And I think this, I would make this other thing bigger, and then afterwards I will just group everything. So something like this is okay. It's not anything at all. It's not necessary it's exactly like what we have there, because coffee beans come in different shapes. Now we select our coffee bean and then give it that thing we drew white. So it's white. We can now select everything and group it. So go to objects and group, and then if it's too big, let's see here first. It depends on proportions. Bring it here and see. If it's too big, just reduce. Go to Shift Control and then reduce it a bit, just to fit what you have drawn, okay, depending on the size that you chose for your cup and all. Yes, now the next thing we will do is to just draw our boundary here. So we go for our circle and ellipse tool again, and then we have white in. So let's change the color. We come here. I think that I use this second color. So we can now select it and adjust it so it's more or less like, let's see here, something like this is sufficient. Something oval, you know, something that will fit in. We'll adjust it later a bit as well, something like this. And then we want to move it to the bottom, so go to lower selection to bottom, and then just move it a bit so that it's a bit centered, you know, something like this. I think is good. I will lower mine a bit to make it round a bit. So I go here. So I think this is okay. And then what we need to do is to just coffee shop, and then we are done with it. Let me make it a bit bigger. I think I like the shape, but I think it needs to be bigger, because what we drew together is a bit bigger than what I had done. And now we go for our text tool. We click it and then go to text and choose text and font, so that this pops up here. The font I'm using is, I think the font I used is Sergio UI emoji, so choose that. And then I think I'm using the font size 20, but you can change it. It's not anything. It depends on what you've drawn, then how big what you've drawn, you understand now. Okay, now let's see here. We write coffee first, so I write coffee, and then let's give it this color I think the color I gave it was this. Yes, so choose this color. Okay, it's this that I chose, and then we select it and come and put it here. Now the next thing we want to do is to write shop, and then we go for it again, and then we go for the text tool again and write shop, and then we also give it the same color, and then we just move it there somewhere here. So this is how you can develop. You can select everything and group everything if you want. So you can go to objects and then you do group, so everything is one piece. Thank you for watching. Please help me by subscribing to my channel, and please come again because I'll always be producing something every day. At least I'll try. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.